Hello, good to see you. So over these next few minutes, that's all it's going to take. I'd like to share with you some really powerful tips to help us better manage worry. But before I do that, I want to reframe worry, because worry is actually our problem-solving mechanism. It's our brain's way of telling us via our thoughts and our emotions that something's up, that we need to correct, we need to act, we need to solve. But actually, most of what we solve on a day-to-day basis, we simply wouldn't class as a worry. And the reason for this is that those challenges are soluble. We write our to-do lists, we action our tasks, and we make progress. And when we do that, we are neurologically rewarded. It feels great to tick something off the to-do list. Now, worry, or at least the distress related to worry, creeps in against things that we perceive we can't solve, things that are out of our control. And the less we see the answer, the less power we perceive we have to act, and the more our threat circuitry ramps up, which is effectively your brain's way of hijacking your attention. It wants to pull your full focus and your attention onto the problem until you're able to solve it. And we feel anxious, we can feel overwhelmed, we can feel frustrated, unable to concentrate on anything else. So what can I give you to manage worry better? Not to remove your capacity for worry, but to allow you to bring it, the ability to be able to help you better, for worry to be helpful. So first off, listen to your worries. Observe them and notice where they take you. We are so good at the what-ifing, catastrophizing those worst case scenarios. But when we observe our thoughts, we can effectively stand back from them and we can hold them with curiosity. And then we can start to ask ourselves against each of those thoughts that we have, because thoughts are not facts, they are thoughts. So we want to check out their validity. How likely is what I'm thinking to come true? Will this matter in 6 weeks, 6 months, 6 years? What other situations have you faced that perhaps are similar? And what did you use at that time to pull you through? And what strengths could you use now to pull you through this worry? And then we also need to look about what's in your control. Even finding the smallest element of what you can act upon, what you can action. And with practicing, focus on what's in our influence, strengthens what's called your internal locus of control, which is not just linked to performance and better managing worry, but is directly linked to well-being. And what it really does with practice, when we think about what is in our gift, what is in our influence, what can we do here? It hands back power to you. Because over 90%, the research shows us over 90% of what we worry about never actually happens. And there's a wonderful quote by J.K. Rowling, and she says, "Worrying makes you suffer twice." We need worry, we need our worry circuitry, but we can also learn how to use it for our advantage. Thank you. See you next time.